Akapeep will steal your identity if you won't like and subscribe right now. You know what's funny? The prince tried every other house before her one. So she had a pretty fun day. This didn't age well. Netflix. Buy. NFLX was $600 when tweeted. $412 17 days later. He buried more traders than 9/11. Me at my boss's funeral kneeling and whispering at the coffin. Who's thinking outside the box now, Steve? How dark is your humor? We are used to it now. March 2020. January 2022. Used to what? Testicle pun. I knew it. Teachers of Reddit. What was the worst thing you had to confiscate from a student? A roach black dodo. A child found it in the school's garden and said, I found a ding dong in the garden and I'm taking it home for mom. That day, I was not professional. What a thoughtful child. Screenshotting for r/or. I remember when my dad found my crayon wall. Would you mind elaborating, good sir? Well, I had a single bunk bed. Computer desk below. Sometimes late at night, when I didn't have a cram rag, I would just roll over and nut on my wall. No regrets at that age. It would dry, of course. Your skeleton is wet. Your skeleton is wet. What did you expect? With it being surrounded by blood and other bodily fluids with many arteries and veins passing through it, people expect it to be dry? I don't know. The skeletons in my basement are always dry. If your mom walked into the room, those googly eyes would drop on the floor from the shake. Hot damn, bro. If my mom walked in the door, I'd be ducking, terrified of the walking corpse that traversed several states to break into my house. Take the title of the last song you heard and add up your ace. Just the two of us up your ace. Sounds like a fun time. Horses get darted on more than any other animal. Tell that to my cat. When creator catches you kissing your cousin in the bush, therefore practice telling the creator. One of my most legitimately sexist opinions is that women can't write. At least not for men. The only book I ever truly liked written by a woman was To Kill a Mockingbird, and there's always been a lot of speculation that Harper Lee didn't write it. So, in conclusion, The Matrix 4 might be the strongest argument to date that trans women are women. Short but to the point. Wanting to kill yourself. Remembering your chances of spawning back as Indian are too high. Realistically, you are likely to respawn as a plant or as a single-celled organism. That's fine, I wanna come back as bacteria living just inside Tom Holland's ace hole. What do you collect? Secrets. Can you tell me one? Some girl told me that she uses semen inside the used DOS taken from her neighbor's dustbin to make her soup taste better. I regret asking. Is there any problem that poison doesn't fix? It's very underrated. Can it fix my depression and anxieties? With the right dosage? No. How uncircumcised guys look at circumcised guys. Imagine not having somewhere to hide a few Skittles or M&Ms to surprise your girlfriend later. Lame. Be honest. This is the perfect kind of protection. The average person is far more likely to run away from these guys a lot faster than they would from normal dogs. And if it makes you run towards them, you are probably the exact kind of person the cops are looking for anyways. It is foolproof. Russia plans to target Ukraine capital in lightning war. UK warns. Lightning war sounds familiar. Oh right. Blitzkrieg. Lol. It's all prequels and reboots these days. No originality. Stop saying start a family when you mean have kids. A couple is still a family. A single person and her cat is still a family. A couple and their plants are still a family. You don't need kids just to be called a family. I had a distant uncle who had 3 cats as pets. That was his family. He slipped in the bathroom and died. Few days later, when people opened the door, they saw the family members eating him. This makes me want to Google us nuclear launch sites near me so I can move far away. But also, I don't want to meet my FBI agent either. The launch sites really aren't a secret. They're mostly in Montana and North Dakota where they would fly over Canada to hit Russia. Nah, submarines. Nobody know where those guys are. They could even be right behind you as you read this. I'm on the toilet and I heard a blip from underneath me. What do I do? Drop a depth charge? To be completely honest, if I were a guy, I would probably do nothing else but slap my nut on different things. Sounds fun. Pens NV. F30. You learn pretty quickly what not to slap your nut on. Mr. Krabs when he trades SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents. Rumor has it smoke alarms are the best way of alerting you to a fire in your home. No. I prefer to tie people to chairs in every room. If I hear screaming I can assume the fire came from that room. There's enough spam sitting in donation centers to impregnate every adult woman on earth. If men disappeared tomorrow the human race would continue. Is this a threat? The year is 2250. All men lost fertility decades ago. The spam banks are now surrounded by armed guards to protect the last reserves of spam from healthy young adults who passed rigorous physical exams. You're taking out a second mortgage on your micro apartment to buy your second round of discounted spam from a 70-year-old man with a degenerative disorder. Brought to you by microplastics. Those of you who have sex with your friends. Why? During Cupid lockdown the dating life kind of stopped. Me and my friend both bought VR headsets, but would play at my house. One day we both started watching VR porn on our separate headsets. Somehow that led to us checking each other off, but whilst watching straight VR stuff, and never saw each other doing it, so you know no home at all. Total Black Mirror shut. One time I was eating out my girlfriend, when I tasted the unmistakable flavor of horse semen. I said, "Oh, grandma, you stinky butch. So that's how you died. I'm going to hell for eating this." It just got worse every word. I couldn't decide if I wanted dangs or not, so I cut dangs for my daughter, and she looks awful. Dodged a bullet there. Great tip. Was wondering whether or not I should get circumcised. This should make deciding much easier. Just remember to stretch the skin and pinch it off just above the tip before you cut, or else you risk traumatizing the boy for life. Plus it wouldn't make a very good example. Of course. If you have more than son then you have some margin for error. What is the most controversial thing you own? As a joke I told my mom I wanted my dog's tentacles in a jar after we had him neutered. She took it seriously and now I have had my dog's balls in a jar for almost a decade. Did you at least let him click the jar every now and then for old time's sake? What's your let that sink in fun fact? The inside of the male urethra is rifled like the barrel of a gun, which causes urine to come out in a twisting motion, which keeps flow straight instead of spraying out everywhere. So you're saying one can shoot a 007 intro through a pens? Guess who will not sleep tonight? Since there's ice cream in Zootopia then that means somebody is getting milked. Until we meet again. In real life humans milk cows, but what if in Zootopia cows milk humans? I would play this game. Barbarian. I swear I will have revenge for the death of my brother. Druid. You have my wolves. Amazon. And my bow. Necromancer. And your brother. Raising a family is hard. Necromancer. Not if they are buried close together. What? Necromancer. What? Just had sex. Nothing else, just did it and felt good. Glad to hear you're spending quality time with your family. First thing you thought on doing was posting that on Reddit. Comparing nut sizes could only be acceptable if we could grow it like any other muscle in the body. Ads on porn sites tell me you can. They will also tell me that there are hot lifts in my area, even if I'm in Antarctica. God knows what's hiding below that ice. God damn it. The hot lifts are melting the polar ice caps again. If I fits, I sits. On low the cat would probably be in heaven lol. On high, they would also be in heaven lol. You teleport 3 feet in front of you. How has your life changed? I'm still in bed. I'll have a chair up my ace. I have that anyway. What is the difference to you between sex and making love? Making love is when you're trying to dunk a person's soul. So romance move is a soul porn. I have crush on Candice. He has Lex with Candice. I have crush on Janet. He has Lex with Janet. He contracted her piece. I didn't. Great success. Even her piece doesn't want me. AP. Man mistakenly slithers human instead of goat during animal sacrifice ritual. Oh. So other people have this problem as well. I could walk out with no bar if I so desire. AA cup is not real, Bobs, come on. Anyways, my mom is like, I Rhoda. You have to wear a bar. Don't say you don't have to. You have bests now. Where? I Rhoda is such a cool name, what the duck. Just water them, they'll grow somehow. Is watering my nut will work too? No, but ducking bees will. Big nuts in his brother's bum. Cat. What? Which word is supposed to be cat? Every word replaced by cat makes it even worse. There's a man on YouTube that weighs around 420 pounds and his wife is around 300 pounds. During one of his streams he explained how he has legs. He said doggy style, but he needs to use his wife's lower back as a table for his belly, since it almost reaches thigh. I thought you were gonna say a table for his food, while he ducks her. Show your face if someone touches your man. This girl is from where I live, and she's been internet cringe for many years. You live on Tatooine. Hats off to the waiter that kept a straight face as my 5-year-old ordered the veg for lunch instead of the lasagna. So, you don't recommend the lasagna? Nope. Found a hair in it. Can you snack your own nut? Yeah, you can, but the problem is you won't feel like someone else is snacking you. You feel like you are snacking someone. Also, for a fact, guys who can keep their nut flaccid for longer can roll it back to their butthole and duck themselves with their own nut. I tried. It was kinda amazing experience. But remember, if you get hard while doing, you may injure yourself. That comes from practice. 10 over 10 would recommend again. Be very flexible. Alright ladies, let's put this debate to rest. Which is your preference? Length or width? 1 inch long, 8 inches wide. Butchers call me the hubcap. Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania sending anti-armor and anti-aircraft missiles to Ukraine. Nice picture. Hopefully that's not how they're sending them. I had a black suit. No way. I had a black suit. Too. I wanna have a black suit. He did have a black suit. At Gwen's funeral, lol. Married people of Reddit. What do you miss about being single? Getting laid. Why are you guys not getting laid? Toddler. Well, you're pretty smart for a toddler. As I was shown the statistics of my life after death, I stared in horror at the 27 assist kills. The horror was far more striking for me, seeing as I was a seaside hotline worker. At least assists give you points as well. Win is a win. Damn, he's right. Puts on mask. Nobody can stop me but myself. Grabs gun. As long as I'm happy, who cares? Walks into bank. I'm an 18-year-old female. A teenager on the cusp of high school, and also an adult. Ask me something cool. Did you know that dolphins often bite off smaller fish's heads and embait with the body? Fishlight. Name a city that changed your life. Feminine experience is the power of testosterone. Start taking tea. Develop an internal monologue. I thought that shit just existed in movies. I still can't get over the fact that some people just don't have an inner monologue. I got like 7 voices in my head at all times telling me to kill John Lennon. How do you guys earn money? I need some. I search for specific hintinks for 2.50 each. Sigma grind set. Since Superman is the Man of Steel, I imagine he has 2 steel balls. So if he repeatedly jumps up and down, does he create constant shock waves? Gas prices dropped by 3 cents. My dad to my mom. Keep the kids, or else he will never financially recover from this. This reminds me of my parents' custody battle. Dad stole a horse and left mom with the kids. Next thing I know, I'm up for adoption and eating my sister's ace. Get your human fresh suit today. 100% real skin. Only when a mosquito lands on your tentacle will you truly understand the meaning of solving a problem without violence. So cute, just make sure to separate the boys when they are 3 weeks old, or they can actually get their mom pregnant again. Mr. Burns in a wig. R/Y brows. She ate that baby after the pic, didn't she? Piers Morgan rushed to hospital. Don't get better soon, I hate you with a passion. Jokes aside though, I really wish it wasn't weird to call our parents mommy or daddy. My younger brother calls my uncle daddy. My nut's so big that someone tried to snack on it and literally exploded. My nut is so good I've had mouth surgically removed from it because they didn't want to stop snacking. I hate that both of these are true. I hate it. Thanks for typing it. I have answer and have 3 months to live, please. Free stuff. Bad investment. My mom doesn't let me watch porn. Does anyone's mom? I assumed that was the norm. Mine does. She even lets me watch the ones we make and upload together. I left 45 minutes late for a flight and arrived 15 minutes early. How is that possible? Are you telling me the flight is actually an hour longer than it has to be? As I understand it, this is because of fuel efficiency. Your flight is around OG hours long to conserve fuel. Though when they are delayed, they just step on it to arrive in time. But what if the cop pulls them over? Most pilots are white, so no problem. Employees watch and even hold the door for robbers as they pick clean the entire Apple store. Apple workers alike, I'm not getting paid enough for this shit. French actor Gaspard Ulliel, one of the stars of Marvel's upcoming Moon Knight series, has reportedly died at the age of 37. RIP, he was hot. Now he is cold. You dart and out of your ace hole emerges the crap genie. He grants you the ability to shut out an object of your choosing instead of shut for the rest of your life. Only it cannot be money. So what do you choose instead? Alright, does my ace hole magically expand? Or does this have to be something a human can normally shut out? Ask for yachts and find out. At least they actually called it rape. Most of these articles don't. When the perpetrator is female, had relations, slept with, looking for a good time, hot MILFs in your area, you won't last 40 seconds playing this game. For the past 20 years, I've been getting a Valentine's card from the same secret admirer, so I was pretty sad not to get one this year. First my granny dies, now this? Imagine the cards escalated as the years went on, from saying things like I noticed you the other day and thought you're really cute to I really hope we get to meet one day so you can shut on my chest. r/curse comments. My fairness snap would be to eliminate the concept of NFTs. I'm so tired of hearing it from you nerds. I would probably give myself a Vager underneath my pens right where my gooch is. How cool would that be? Bro, what the duck are you supposed to do while people are singing happy birthday to you? I have a twin and I f*** him in front of the singers. LMAO. Remember when we faked kissing each other when they sing happy birthday? Your girlfriend was so past. What's a fact that makes you uncomfortable? We'll start. Your bones are wet. There's a moment during the cremation process when the meat is perfectly cooked. Top 10 ways to wake up your Polish grandfather. Parents of Reddit. What is the worst thing you have seen/confiscated from your child? My dad passes me in the hallway and says your daughter has your stuff. I go into my room to find my 4-year-old playing with 2 of my dodos she found in my dresser. You are given the opportunity to draw one giant pen anywhere without any legal consequences. Where would you put it? I'd move the stars around to create a cookstellation. What would you name your new cookstellation then? The Big Ripper, obviously. Duckery. There will be someday be a new story of someone accidentally ripping their cook off with one of these things while they were showering. I remember I once heard the phrase beat your meat when I was 12 and heard it felt good, so when I was alone I punched my balls as hard as I could, then cried for an hour and threw up on the floor. Self-castrated as a kid. Genius. Not if I confiscate them first. Sneak 100. A few years back, my friends and I were at a baseball game eating hot dogs and drinking beer. By the 5th inning, I was pretty intoxicated. So drunk in fact, I hadn't noticed my buddy Jerry surreptitiously taking my hot dog out of its bun and slipping his bulbous pens into its place. Of course, when I bit into it, not only was I on the jumbotron, but I was too inebriated to tell it with Jerry's fat nut and kept gnawing on it like a goddamn chew toy while the entire stadium laughed. Not a day goes by where I don't get down on my knees and thank God for blessing me with the friends I have. What the duck? Why would you pay over $100,000 for this? Looks like the 8 version of a dude whose nut tastes like Monster Energy and nicotine. Ubisoft is developing Notre Dame on Fire, a location-based VR escape game that will give the players a chance to save the Notre Dame Cathedral from the fire that broke out in 2019. Ubisoft developing a firefighting game about the Notre Dame blaze. Bruh, next they finna make a game about saving their female employees from sensual salt, lol. What was the dumbest way you almost died? Swimming drunk in the ocean at night. As a kid I swallowed about 15 pennies because I was acting like a piggy bank. If you had shut out a dime and a nickel I would have been impressed. All those sci-fi stories where a guy kills himself to defeat an evil descendant of his could also be solved by cutting off his balls. The evil descendant is about to do the evil thing. The hero whips out his shotgun and shoots his own balls off. The evil descendant looks very puzzled, but very much still there. The hero screams in agony. She was going to duck and cheat on me. God damn it. Whose kid was I going to raise? That's a twist.